Millie Weaver reporting for Infowars.com. Donald Trump has achieved thug life status on Twitter because he's consistently putting out very entertaining and witty tweets. So I'm going to be breaking down Donald Trump's most epic tweets of the week for you guys. Let's take a look at some of these bad boys. President Obama said that he thinks he would have won against me. He should say that, but I say no way. Jobs leaving, ISIS, O-Care, etc. Well, to completely disregard the current political, economic, and social state that the country is in right now, after all these years under President Obama, and to say that Obama would have won based on his numbers of 2008 and 2012 is pretty ridiculous. And it doesn't really take into account all the damage that he's done. Well, we've had jobs leaving the country like crazy, and even since 2000, we've lost nearly 5 million jobs. Not to mention the fact that Obamacare's approval ratings are extremely low, and even the mainstream media's rigged polls can't hide it. And we have these terrorist attacks happening all the time. At least Trump is saying he's going to vet these people. I mean, the climate is completely different, and we all know that Donald Trump would have won. Not to mention the fact that Obama technically did campaign for Hillary Clinton. So he actually kind of did lose to Donald Trump. The world was gloomy before I won. There was no hope. Now the market is up nearly 10% and Christmas spending is over $1 trillion. I love this tweet because it boasts on how amazing the economy is already doing after Donald Trump has been elected president, and he's not even in the White House yet. This is just people being so hopeful and happy and seeing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. They're going out, they're spending money, and they know that they're going to be able to have their jobs and keep their jobs here in America. So this is why I love this tweet. I gave millions of dollars to the Donald J. Trump Foundation, raised and received millions more, all of which is given to charity, and media won't report. I feel like this is a very necessary tweet for Donald to have tweeted because he has been underreported on the fact that Donald Trump actually has a very charitable record. I mean, even after the Louisiana floods, he was down there and he donated a truck full of supplies. Where was Obama? Oh yeah, he was golfing. I mean, Donald Trump has a very charitable record. So maybe the mainstream media should actually report on it more, but I highly doubt it. The U.S. Consumer Confidence Index for December surged nearly 4 points to 113.7, the highest level in more than 15 years. Thanks, Donald. Yes, thank you, Donald. Not to mention that, I mean, people are out there spending money now because they're hopeful, but the stock market has been up since Donald got in. This is just more great news. America is getting right back on track, and so is the economy. This is just a little bitty test. This is the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to see about the prosperity in America once Trump finally gets into office. Doing my best to disregard the many inflammatory President O's statements and roadblocks, thought it was going to be a smooth transition. Not. Well, it has been a very rough transition indeed. And President Obama had many people fooled when at first he said, oh, I'm going to help Trump along in his transition and you all should give Trump a chance. Well, it wasn't short after that President Obama said that the Russians hacked the election, which is in a way saying that Trump is not the valid candidate and that he doesn't have the right to become the next president. And he's continued this and pushed this to the fact where he's putting sanctions on Russia, and he's already doing all kinds of things, messing around between Israel and the Palestinians, which is going to make it harder for Donald Trump to have to mitigate these issues once he gets into office. I mean, Donald needs to be focusing on the Americans' interests, getting the jobs back and helping our economy, but President Obama is going to put all these roadblocks and obstacles that Trump's going to have to mitigate. So it's important that Trump tweeted this out, and I really like this tweet. My administration will follow 2 simple rules. And apparently Donald Trump's on Instagram. Buy American and hire American. This is why we love Donald Trump. He cares about America's interests. He wants Americans to have jobs and be prosperous, not other countries like China, not other countries like Mexico. Even though I'm sure he does care about them and their prosperity, he doesn't put theirs ahead of ours. He puts our interests first, and that's why Americans chose him to get America on the right path. So this is why I love this tweet, and this is a cool image by Donald Trump. Great move on delay by Vladimir Putin. I always knew he was smart. Apparently, Trump's not allowed to compliment the president of Russia without people thinking, oh, Trump's a Russian agent, or he's too nice to the president of Russia. Well, what is he supposed to be, mean? I mean, give me a break. It was rightfully deserved because Putin showed restraint and he took the high road. I find it a bit funny that, the Obamas are always saying, when they go low, we go high. Well, it looks like this time the Obamas went low and Putin went high because Putin exercised restraint. He even said that he was not going to get retaliation for what Obama did by putting these sanctions and kicking out these Russian government officials, and that he was just going to wait until Obama's time was up and work with the Trump administration on developing good diplomatic relations with America. So he took the high road in this way, and that is why I really love this tweet, and I saved the best for last. So keep tuned, guys, because Donald Trump is consistently firing them off. This is Millie Weaver, signing off for Infowars.com.